oh, we want strippers. I'm like, strippers. And then there's now the part of, your faith. You're a good Christian. Do you want to be bringing strippers for an event? Is that what you want to be associated with? But I mean, business is business, right? Planning events, you hear and see the unexpected, right? Clients just believe that you have the source and the plug for everything. Like, this work is not for the faint-hearted, though. Your blood pressure will go up. You will have anxiety. You will have headache.
Let's start what we have come into the room to do.
Hi, my name is Pisa Binani, and I'm the founder and creative director of Produced by Lucid, a boutique event production company that caters to a range of clients from corporates to high-profile private individuals.
Diving into what we are here for today. So, event planning is a blend of creativity and logistics. Looking back, what was the pivotal breakpoint that solidified your decision to turn your passion into a business?
Okay, I mean, a little backstory. I have been in the event production scene since 2013, so that's like 12 years now. It was like one of my very first hustles. It was just a hustle, right? I just wanted something to get me some extra money while I was trying to figure out life and school and all of that. So that's how I ventured into event production. And, years down the line, I'm working in marketing, leading marketing for a top fintech company. And part of my work entails managing events for the company. And I think at a point where I felt like I needed a career break, I just knew that I needed to maybe still have something going on the side for me. And I mean, it was just like a no-brainer to pursue something that I've always been passionate about. So while I am still on my career break, I am now pursuing a business or my business in event production. Yeah.
The behind the scenes of event planning is often stressful. Can you describe a moment where you faced a significant crisis during an event, and how did you navigate it?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes, and our job is just like manage it, right? But I think that there was one incident where one of the vendors, like the main food vendor for the event, mixed up the dates. So we're at the event, rounding up setup, and it's like almost time for guests to start arriving. And we were like, okay, where is this vendor? Where's our food? What's up? And turns out that dates had been mixed up and there was no food. But we were able to navigate that. So thankfully, we discovered or, identified that there was an issue on time, and we're able to fix that. And shout out to the vendor, by the way. They were able to just like come through quickly and fix that. So yeah, that was like a nightmare, because imagine, like, I mean, people come to events, they want the experience and everything, but food is very important. So what do you mean by your meal food,
Especially in Nigeria.
it's not available? How do you you explain? But yeah, thankfully you navigated that.
Okay. What's your philosophy on creating experiences versus simply events? How do you ensure that your events have a lasting impact on attendee?
Okay, so I'm a sucker for experiences, right? I mean, everyone that has worked with Produced by Lucid and even wants to work with us, like one recurring theme is the experience, the creativity behind it, right? Because I know that there are tons of events that happen. Like there's an event every other day in Lagos, in Nigeria, right? So what makes your event stand out? And it's pretty much the experience, like giving people something that they haven't seen before, like something that is different from all the other events that they go to. So we sort of prioritize that, not sort of, we actually do prioritize that and produce by Lucid, making sure that there's some synergy, some cohesiveness in the plan and the execution, what we are doing, tying it back to our clients, what they stand for, what they represent, the theme of the event. And it's not just like patch bits and pieces or mix and match of like, oh, this is nice, let's just put it together, and there's no synergy, right? So we prioritize, cohesion, making sure that there's an experience. When people come to your event, they can sort of see that a lot of thought has gone into producing this event. So it's not just, oh, he came for an event and it looks nice. Like, you can literally tell the story behind, you can tell the story behind the event. You can see that a lot of thought was put into it. And of course, prioritizing what people care about, because beyond the aesthetics of it, right, people want to have a good time. People want to eat good food. They want to not eat something that will upset their stomach and everything. And down to like the culinary experience. They want to try out new things. They want to be like, oh, I had this for the first time at this event and it tasted nice. So you are creating memories for people, long-lasting memories, right? So they remember that the first time that I had canapes, for instance, or something frittata, whatever, right? And it was at this event and it tasted nice. So you're sort of etching memories in the hearts and minds of people through events.
Okay, so what's the most unusual or unexpected item you have ever had to source for an event? Do not hold back.
I mean, so when it comes to planning events, you hear and see the unexpected, right? Clients just believe that you have the source and the plug for everything, like every single thing. And sure, like there's nothing that you ask me for right now that I will say that I don't have a plug. But I think like when we just started out, I had a client, we're working on a project for them, and they're like, oh, we want strippers. I'm like, strippers. And then there's now the part of your faith. You're a good Christian. Do you want to be bringing strippers for an event? Is that what you want to be associated with? But I mean, business is business, right? So it's not hilarious, right? It was just like, because when the request came out, like, strippers. I just maintained composure. I'm like, sure, we'll find strippers for you. It's okay. You mentioned something about laughing.
That was so unexpected. I can imagine. Okay. What is one thing that people think is glamorous about your job that in reality it is not?
Events planning, event production is not for the faint-hearted. You're going to have headache, anxiety, your blood pressure will go. In fact, you have trust issues. It's not about, people just think, oh, you get to attend the coolest events, you get to eat good food. It's not that cute. There's a lot that happens. So it's not a very glamorous job. I think people just say that, oh, they see you at events, they think you are having fun. Like, I can't remember the last time I went for an event and had fun. Like, even at events where I'm just a guest, my eyes just like quick left and right, looking for what's wrong. Like, I cannot just relax. And I think that's a burden, but occupational hazard, I guess. So yeah, that's just what I think. It's not, I mean, no job is easy, right? But it's just to put it out there that beyond the aesthetics and all the glamorous stuff that you may be seeing on the outside, there's headache, there's sleepless nights, there's fights, quarrel, different things behind the scenes. Your eyes will see plenty shaggy, but the Lord will be with you.
Amen. Okay, how do you recharge your creative batteries when you're feeling drained? What does self-care look like to you?
Enjoyment, travel. But I actually tend to sleep a lot when I get the chance, so I prioritize sleep. Like, I mean, maybe not, how do I say that, Sha? But I mean, contrary to what a lot of people think, I'm a hard worker, workaholic and whatnot, but I actually like to sleep. Like, I I can sleep morning, afternoon, and night. I have the chance to do that. And I think that when I have, those breaks in between, I use it to sleep it up. When I have, sleep is such a very powerful tool, and just if you can't sleep. So I sleep when I have the chance to. I watch shows that excite me. I like to travel, but we can all see the economy. So when I can't travel, I travel. So even if it's not traveling outside the country, I value experiences. I'm sort of like an adventure junkie. Or maybe it's not adventure junkie, adrenaline junkie. Who? You cut it. I like adventures, right? So even if it means traveling to somewhere within Nigeria, anywhere, exploring a new city, trying out something new for the first time, hanging out with my friends, oh my God, they make me so happy. Yeah, so stuff like that just recharge me and give me the boost that I need to pursue that project.
Okay. If you could trade places with any other event professional for a day, who would it be and why? And also, what's the first thing you would do?
If I could trade places, so I think that, no, not that I think that. There are a lot of moving parts in events, and I'm very fascinated by a number of things. I'm fascinated by music, sound. So maybe trade places with a musician, so like an instrumentalist. I want to learn how to play the bass guitar, for instance. So I could learn that for a day, sure. I'm also fascinated by sound in general and lighting. So yeah, it's like an interest that I am looking to pick up real soon. So this song, whatever, with the lighting console, I just look at the sound like, oh, this something decibel. I'm able to just feel that. I feel like I'll just be super cool. I feel like I have superpowers that are able to.
All right. What's a personal value that you absolutely refuse to compromise on, even in high pressure event situations?
Anyhowness. I am anti anyhowness anytime, any day. I believe that what is worth doing is worth doing well. Very cliche, but it's something that I stand by. So I do not ever want to be associated with mediocrity and quotes anyhowness, Nigerianness. So even under pressure, even when there is not enough time to plan and set up, I still want to do the best job possible with the resources I've been able to. Yeah, that's something that I stand by. That's something my vendors might seem low, and they just know that it's seen. So better than let people be. So yeah, that's something that I stand by.
Okay. What advice would you give to aspiring event planners who are just starting out? What are the essential skills and mindsets they need to cultivate?
For anyone who's looking to get into the industry as a planner, producer, I think that it's very important to learn about the industry, right? So don't just jump into it where everybody's doing events. Do your groundwork, do some research, right? And build a niche if you can, so that you're not just entering the sea or people, because there are a lot of planners and everybody's out there, but you need to find out what makes you stand out in your business. It's very important to find out that unique factor in marketing. They call it your USP, what's your unique selling points, right? To identify that and see how you can now make the most out of it in the industry. And you might maybe even realize that you don't necessarily have to be a planner. You could just provide a particular service that it is in demand in the industry, right? And secondly, I'll just say that even if you want to be a planner, you have to treat it as a business. It's not a hobby. It's not a passion project. You are here to make money. So treat it as such. Value your time, your money, your creativity. And clients will do the same. It might be hard at first, for just stand your ground, really stand your ground and make sure that you're not taken for idiot. You take it for that.
Stand your ground and don't be taken for an idiot. Miss Obinani 2025.
All right. So thank you guys for watching. Tell your friends about Produced by Lucid. You need to experience Lucid, and I promise you it will be one for the books. Also follow, like, subscribe to the brand vlog. Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye.